Mr. Heiser, and this is Trevin, and we're going to show you how to make a Lego coat rack or a Lego rack to hang other things on. So this can be a pretty fun project. Basically what you'll have in your kit, you'll have this metal jig. This will be really helpful. When you're done with it, I'd like you to return it back to the school. You can put it in the black trailer behind the school. It'll be a side door. I'll take a picture and send it to you. It's really easy. Just open the door and toss it in there. But it's something we try to use on these for several different classes. They're made out of metal. So because they're made out of metal, there could be some sharp edges on them. We've tried to remove any sharp edges that we can, but you might want to wear gloves when you're doing this project just to help keep your splinters off your hands and just to make sure that you don't get cut on this metal jig. So you'll have this is a 2x4. Yesterday we ran it through the planer to make it smoother. It's still 2x4, so it's not 100% beautiful, but once you paint it up real nice, it'll probably work pretty good. So what you're trying to do on this, you're trying to line this up so these holes that have already been drilled, this will be the front where those holes are. Those are going to be for the pegs. You want to line those up with these spots right here on the jig. So go ahead and do that, Trevin. Put that on top of there. Okay. So now at this point, you could put this on the ground. You could put this on a stool. Whatever you can do to make this a little bit easier for your student working on it. If you have a clamp would work really good. And you're just trying to line the outsides flush so it's the same on each side like you did. So then we can kind of put the clamp on here. All right, now you can go ahead and get out one of your, we have your bag of parts here, and inside your bag of parts is a whole bunch of these dowels that we've cut up. So I would just pick a spot, go ahead and pick a spot, and I would just do one at a time. Some students like to put them all in the jig and then try to hammer them in, and it doesn't really go that well. So if you want this to last a little longer, you put a little glue on the bottom. It can just be regular Elmer's school glue, okay? You could use some wood glue, but Elmer's school glue will actually work just as good as long as you do this quickly. Just do one at a time, and if you work quickly, the Elmer's school glue will work. The big difference between Elmer's school glue and wood glue is that wood glue doesn't cure as fast. It takes longer to dry. But if you work quick, the school glue is almost just as strong. So then we have some nails for you. Go ahead and grab a nail. And you're just going to put the nail. There's already a little pre-drilled hole to make this even better for you. So he's just going to kind of start that in the pre-drilled hole. Then he's going to grab his hammer. You might still have to hang on to the nail a little bit just to get it started. Okay. And as he goes, he might just be able to let it rip. Okay. If you can, he's doing pretty good right there, but if you move your hand back a little more, you'll have a little more leverage. And that will actually help you have a little more power to drop that in. So you'll kind of see now, hang on a second, the way he is positioned, he has to really put his hand up high to make this work. So this would actually work a lot better for him if it was a little bit lower, okay? So that's probably where you're going to have to judge as they're working on this, the height of that. So we're just for now, we'll just finish that one up. Go ahead, Trevor, finish that one up. Just about got it. Okay, stop right there so I can take it out, because we'll probably just give this kit to somebody. He's already made one. So then you have your pegs, and for the pegs, you're just going to want to put glue right around this part. Don't put it on the end, just put it right around this collar here. And then you'll put the glue in the peg right here. I wouldn't pour glue into the hole because it's really just going to sit at the bottom. It's not going to do its job. So put glue around there, and then you could take, you could tap that with the hammer real gently, okay? Or you could put, if you find you're denting it, that's probably good. You're going to put a block of wood over it. He didn't drive that all the way in just now because I told him to stop. But you'll see there, you want to get that shoulder all the way flat with the board. So you might have to tap it a couple more times to get that in, but we're not going to do that because we want to be able to give this kit away to somebody. Also in your bag of kits, if you flip over the back, we have made you some keyhole slots. So in the kit, I've given you some really big screws, and it's up to you how you mount this to your wall. but this is probably how I would do it. I would put these big deck screws in your wall, and then you would just put this in the keyhole, and then it locks in. So this just slides in the keyhole, and then you position it to where it slides down, and then this will stay on the wall. They work really good. So we made 2 keyholes on here, and they should be about 16 inches apart. So on your wall, you could find some studs that are 16 inches apart. So studs are the wood behind the drywall, obviously. And sometimes you just need to find a stud finder to do that. But I'll put these 2 deck screws in the bag in case you want to do that. If you want to make it easier on yourself, you could find a small drill bit about the diameter of the shank of the screw, maybe even a little smaller, and drill into your wall first, and then this will go into the wall a lot easier. It'll take a Phillips driver or a square head. If you have a square head driver, that works even better, but either one, a Phillips driver or a square head. So I'll put those in there in case you want those to work out. We'll put a couple pictures of these at the end of the video of what you can see, how they look at the end, and you'll be really happy. This little guy here helped me drill all the holes, and he helped mark all the pieces, and he worked real hard to get the set ready for you, so I'm going to give him a fist bump. And we hope you have a good time building this. It should be a lot of fun, hands-on, and get some hammering in.